Hey everybody. So I'm in Lansing, Michigan. Oh shoot, I forgot my microphone thing. Hold on. I gotta go get the little tiny microphone adapter. Shoot. I was double checking everything and then I forgot the microphone adapter. I can't believe it. That's okay. We'll give it time for people to join the live feed. But I'm just here in Lansing. Today is the Anti-Sharia nationwide. And let me get this adapter really quick. Maybe you guys can't even hear me right now. Hold on a second. I'm getting the adapter. Oh, shoot. It doesn't. That's all right. I forgot. Okay, no, it's all right. You guys should be able to hear me. I got the microphone. The microphone should work. So I'm in Lansing, Michigan. Can you guys hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I'm about to walk over there and see. There's a group of people over there. That's the pro-Sharia group, I guess that we're calling them, because we got anti-Sharia group here. And then if you're anti-Sharia, you're pro-Sharia. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So you guys can hear me, right? It looks like you guys can hear me. All right, good. Let's get over there. I'm kind of tired. Like I had coffee, but I'm a little tired. I don't know. I'm just trying to start off really slow, you know, because it might get heated. I heard the people that were over there, they left already. It was supposed to go till 2. It's a little after 1 right now, but yeah, they left. The other group isn't even over there. They're across like a block away. They're still by Meyer. But hey, by the way, anecdote, it was really funny. I was just in the Meyer. They have men and women's bathrooms, but they have the unisex bathroom. Sorry if it's windy on the microphone here. The unisex bathroom is out of order. I thought that was just pretty funny because that's right next to this going on here today. But yeah, so I'm not gonna record anybody. I'm not gonna start anything. I'm just gonna see if anybody wants to talk about this, because that's kind of why I came here in the first place, was to just see what was going on. And I mean, you guys know what my positions are, and everybody is a mixed bag of positions. So this is one position, and they're out of a many. And I know many of the people that are on my views, they can't stand that I'm a vegan. They can't stand that I'm atheist, and that's just one of those things where it's a mixed bag and people don't agree. So hey, do you think anybody over here would be willing to do an interview with me, or just like talk to me?
We can ask.
Because I don't want to approach the whole group and get ganged up on. I just want to interview somebody for my own Facebook, you know. It's pointed at me. I'm not pointed at you guys, so.
Well, what's your question?
I guess I don't really. I was supposed to be over there the whole time. I didn't know. I knew this was today, but I forgot. So I was at home and
It's not over yet.
Well, for the other side that was over, I turned off the highway and there's just police there. I was like, what's going on? It looked like a murder scene. But so.
You want us to take you there?
No, I was just over there. It's not that far. But I was going to be interviewing people, both sides, while I was here today. But since they've already left, I just have this side to interview. So, no, I mean, I was just over there. I saw they left. They were walking over to their car. They said they were marching around somewhere. That's why I didn't see them at first. They were walking around somewhere. So they were pretty hard. They were easy to see. They had the flags and stuff.
Yeah, we've already
So,
seen them.
yeah. But so is it? What would you call what's happening today? Can you just, for my viewers on here, I've got how many people watching? 34, but sometimes my viewers get like thousands of people watching this. So what would you say to the people watching what's happening today?
I can tell you exactly what's happening. There's an organization called the American Congress for Truth, short ACT. ACT for short. That's the acronym. They're over 500,000 strong.
Okay.
Michael Flynn was once on their board of directors. He still might be. I don't know.
Okay.
But if that doesn't raise a red flag for you, I don't know what will.
Didn't they just get attacked recently? Something happened with them. I remember seeing on Twitter. Was their group got I can't even remember what it is.
They're considered a hate group by the Southern Poverty Law Center.
Right. Okay. Yes.
As a hate group, and that's a big one.
Yeah.
500,000 people.
Right.
And so they've offered this Anti-Sharia Law protest day.
Yeah.
It's happening across 28 cities in the country right now. Probably
So not really nationwide. It's just whoever wants.
No, it's nationwide.
Okay.
This is highly orchestrated.
Yeah.
This probably has a lot of money behind it as well.
Okay.
So
Is that, what's his name? Not. Oh man, I can't think of his name. The Koch brothers, right? Is that who's funding this?
I don't think so. The Koch brothers, they like their money, right? This is about something else. That's money power, but this is something else. This is about authoritarianism, and the promotion specifically.
So anti-Sharia is authoritarianism because they want democracy instead of. I don't understand.
Sure, what their pitch is that anti-Sharia law. We do not want. We mean an act. Okay. We do not want religion to supersede constitutional law. Okay?
That sounds reasonable to me, though.
It is reasonable, but for all religions, it's a
yeah. I'm an atheist, by the way. I don't like Christians, and these people that are Christian, and
so am I, and so is my son. Okay. So let's so let's put that out of the way. So
find common ground where I can. So people
as an atheist, you put your hands in your head and you go, what am I supposed to do here? Okay. And I would say from an atheist filter, you're going to say, I don't like authoritarianism. I don't like religious authoritarianism.
Dogma.
I definitely don't like state authoritarianism if you have a bit of an anarchist flair to you, right? And most atheists do, right? So you look at this and you say, okay, where's the authoritarian trouble? Is it with these people in front of us? Or is it the people, all dressed for bear with guns?
Or Sharia itself. Because you guys don't support Sharia. You're protecting the minority, protecting the Muslim.
I'm an atheist. I just stated that. I don't support religion. Okay?
Right, exactly. Me neither, yes. Do you think...
At the same time, I don't believe in religious persecution.
Okay. So Sharia law, from what I understand, is multiple things. It's not just one thing. I think that's what they get wrong over there, is that Sharia law isn't just like one set of things that came from the Quran. It's like it's multiple from different faiths, or not different faiths, but different sects, right?
Well, it probably comes from the communities themselves. Just as our constitutional laws, some are based maybe in Christian doctrine, and some of it just comes from the community.
The common sense. Like people always try to claim that our country was founded on Christian values. They're human values. They're not Christian values.
Right. That is correct. Well, that's where we come from.
So you wouldn't consider, like, people when that woman was arrested for female genital mutilation here in Michigan, that's not, you don't consider that part of Islam, part of Sharia, that's something different?
Well, I've never been a fan of Jewish circumcision either.
Right, me neither. No, I wish I wasn't circumcised. It's stupid. It's retarded. Mom, I'm not, no problem, Mom. It's all right. You guys did it, but I don't agree with that decision.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan with that in hindsight, right? Yeah, and what's funny about this day is that these guys with the guns down the street.
Did they have guns? The guys that.
They have a lot of guns. Yeah, a lot of camo dress. They're militant. They're expressing themselves as a militant force. Okay, an authoritarian force. You listen to us, right?
They also carried multiple clips on them. So
they carried multiple clips on them. I'm just repeating so I can hear because this won't pick you up.
But when you think about people who have a thirst for dominance, a thirst for
like religion,
a thirst for force,
everything that they're doing, kind of, is what you're saying.
Or the state.
The state, yeah.
So you see the state police and the Lansing police.
There's a lot of police. I was surprised.
Floating around here.
Like this happened when there was an event in Grand Rapids I went to. It was a pro-Trump and then there was an anti-Trump thing. And there wasn't very much police there. And I mean, maybe it's Lansing. I'm not sure, but because we're not even close to the Capitol right now, are we?
We're maybe 5-6 miles down this road to downtown Lansing. This is South Lansing. Right. We're at the southern tip of the city. But yeah, back to what I was saying about dominance, militarism. Okay, this is what they're.
Do you think so? Nationalism. Can I talk to you about nationalism?
Certainly.
I kind of consider myself a centrist, but a lot of people on the left, like, these people probably wouldn't consider me centrist. I don't want to open up too much, but like I think that this globalism that people hate and this nationalism that people hate, isn't there a balance in between, in the middle of this globalism and nationalism?
Yeah, and I would call that the traditional liberal order.
Right. Okay.
It's been happening since 1945. Okay. Right. The past 70 years, we've lived in harmony without a world war. Yeah. We'd like to keep it that way.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But with fascism, totalitarianism, authoritarianism, any of those things, majority religion forcefulness, it's going to create trouble. And they say the world swings way to the left and it swings way to the right. Well, now in Europe and in the U.S., we're swinging way to the right.
Well, Theresa May just won in the British election. Is that? Yeah, barely. Yeah.
Yeah, barely.
I don't quite understand their politics. I kind of stayed out of that online. I didn't really take a side or say anything about it.
European politics, they'll have 5 parties going at it, where in the
Yeah.
U.S. we have 2 parties going at it.
Well, there didn't seem to be a far-right candidate, because Theresa May and Jeremy Corbyn both seem to be kind of centrist. Is that a fair assessment?
No, not at all.
No? Okay. I'm oblivious.
Mr. Corbyn, he's a left-wing populist.
Okay. Yeah, I heard he was like Bernie, so you're saying he's not too close to the center?
Bernie Sanders likes the guy.
I voted for Bernie Sanders. Do you feel burned that Bernie Sanders didn't get his electoral votes in Michigan? Sorry to change the topic here, but
I was very unhappy about that. The town where I'm from, there was surprisingly a lot of Bernie supporters in the primary. I read it in the local paper. I'm like, wow, my town did this. You know, because I figured they'd all vote for Trump. But there was a lot of Bernie.
I was out campaigning for him in Kalamazoo, and then when the election, or when the convention came around, the votes didn't go to him though. Hillary won. Her superdelegate superseded his win in Michigan, so technically Hillary won Michigan. And what do you think of that?
Well, in the county we're in right now, Ingham County, Hillary Clinton got 62% of the vote in November 16. So this county is a harmonious and well-balanced county. And I was pretty surprised that we're even dealing with this today, because we're a peaceful county. We have blue-collar people from the GM plants that are here. We have a Big Ten university here, and we've always kind of got along. There's not a lot of strife here. I want to make sure that it stays that way.
Can I just give you have you heard of the term steel manning as opposed to straw manning?
I haven't.
You haven't? Steel manning, so this is a term, it's the opposite of straw manning. So when you have a straw man, like people characterize you guys incorrectly, right? That's straw manning. So steel manning would be characterizing you to the best of your ability. Can I just give you my steel man of those people over there and have you... So Sharia law, from what I understand it as an atheist, is something that is authoritarian. It's something that women will say... female Muslims will say that's a good thing because they get benefits in divorce and other sorts of monetary benefits. But when it comes down to like Saudi Arabian women not being able to drive, that's not okay. Female genital, right?
When you take people's human rights away from them.
Yeah. So do you think Sharia law in any way, like, I don't believe that they have bad intentions here. I think they're trying to protect minorities within minorities. Have you heard that phrase before? Minorities within minorities?
I haven't.
That's like when Trump's travel ban, that's another thing I agree with that you guys probably disagree with, is because the reason it's unconstitutional. Do you understand why it's unconstitutional?
Oh, the travel ban?
Yes.
No, go ahead and elaborate.
Okay. The travel ban does okay, you can't promote a religion as a state, right? You can't endorse a religion, you can't do anything. So that travel ban... Okay, well that is that aside. So the travel ban, what it said was religious minorities can come, and that means in those countries the religious minorities aren't the Islamic people. They're not the Muslims. The religious minorities are Christians and atheists and everybody else. So that's why it's unconstitutional, because it tried to protect the minorities within the minorities.
Well, I think the travel ban targeted, Muslim countries.
It targeted
without a lot of offer back to us. Saudi Arabia can offer something back to us, money, okay, the ability to buy weapons. So we'll be friends with them, but the slower developed countries, the poorer countries, they have nothing to offer the powers that be, right? Okay. And they're looked down upon because they can't bring anything to the table.
Be on your left side because of the way the camera is. Sorry.
So what's Yemen gonna bring to the table? Right, and countries such as that, and they're
well. From what I saw, if I can jump in here, there's a thing called the Global Peace Index, and that rates the countries. It used to be called the Global Terrorism Index, and it rates countries based on how violent they are and how much terrorism they have. And those 7 countries were at the bottom. Saudi Arabia wasn't.
Exactly.
Saudi Arabia. So that has nothing to do with money. That has to do with how much terrorism they have. It has nothing to do with Islam. It has to do with how much terrorism they have.
Well, wealthy countries, regardless of the religion that's dominant in your country, you have something to offer another country in terms of trade. Okay? But those without money, take Mexico, right? I would say they're predominantly a Catholic country, Christian Catholic country. But what are they gonna offer the U.S., right? And we did NAFTA 20 years ago, and we developed trade relations. But really, they're considered a third world country. And you get somebody in the office that leans authoritarian, like Donald Trump, and he's.
I would say leans nationalist as opposed to leans authoritarian.
Well, when you start talking about putting up walls, strengthening borders, you're talking about
The nation, protecting the nation.
Well, you're protecting something, right?
The people. I don't understand how this is mental gymnastics is happening.
Presumption. Just because you
It's
put
not
a
a-
wall up, for all we know, putting that wall up is to keep us in.
No, it stops drug money from going to Mexico. It protects the third world country from having American guns. We have the most guns. Protect them from getting our guns illegally. Protect them from getting drug money illegally. You understand it goes both ways, right?
Not really.
Huh? Do you really want to keep doing this interview?
Someone has come to stop the interview for some reason. Are you against free speech?
No, I'm not against free speech. He's just a right winger. That one.
I'm not. Okay, so you haven't heard the beginning. I'm not a right winger. Can you?
I have no problem
Okay,
talking.
cool. But it's gonna go online, so you're gonna be.
It's already online. It's live. It's live. We have cell towers that can do things live.
All right, back to the wall, right? And
little off topic, but
well, let's talk about that. The assertion is that we use federal tax money or somebody's money, right? Last I heard, it was Mexico's money.
Yeah.
But
No, I think that's hilarious. Like, regardless, I think that's just hilarious.
but there's
In a good way.
There's to build a wall, contractors have to be paid, right? And Trump's not going to pay them because Trump doesn't pay any contractors, right? So
How is he so successful if he hasn't paid his people?
Because he uses corruption as a mode of business. When you build and then stiff the people that build, well, it's slavery. Think of the pyramids. How'd the pyramids get built? Through slavery.
I don't think that that's the general accepted understanding anymore. I believe that they were paid. I believe that's changed.
Possibly.
But not. I mean, that's irrelevant.
It's
But
not
still,
a job I'd run to, right? Building
Yeah.
a pyramid for some
did it,
pharaoh,
did
right?
anybody leave because I'm here?
Huh? No, it's 2 p.m.
It's 2 p.m. Okay.
And the protest, the anti-Sharia law protest down the road.
I left early.
And hey, to take your side of the aisle for a moment, I'm a proponent of free speech. I'm old enough to remember Larry Flint, right? And he was a little dirtbag that peddled in pornography. Okay. But they made a movie about him, and they said, "Hey, you got to protect me, because I'm the worst there is," right? Yeah. So, offer me that opportunity to express myself as a publisher the way I want to express myself. And you might not like it, but I'm the line you need to protect.
I don't want to keep it too long. It's kind of hot out here for me too. Can I offer?
Hotter.
Can I offer you something myself? I listen to a liberal podcaster called Dave Rubin. I'd just like to suggest maybe you check him out. Check out who he's had on and stuff. Because you mentioned the Southern Poverty Law Center the other day. He's protecting this woman named Ayan Hershey Ali, who is also deemed an anti-Islamic Islamophobe by the Southern Poverty. Do you know who she is?
No, I don't.
I would check her out, Dave Rubin. Sam Harris is an atheist you might know.
I know Sam Harris. Yeah.
Sam Harris started his podcast off. Well, I mean, Dave Rubin had him on as his first guest. So
Yeah.
just as a friend,
Yeah.
I don't know, as somebody who's kind of sees as an atheist.
Well, yeah, you as atheists, we'll look at various religions and see, okay, what do they have in common, and where could we get ourselves into trouble here with this particular sect, right? Muslims in Lansing, Michigan, not too worried about.
What about, okay, so I have a problem with that because the London terrorist attack was inspired by a imam from Dearborn. He was inspired by a YouTube video by an imam who lives here in Dearborn.
Well, Dearborn is not Lansing, Michigan. Okay.
Okay, all right.
It's an hour and a half away.
I know, but it's so close.
It's a suburb of Detroit, and in Detroit you have a large Jewish community as well. So when you look at the Detroit metro area, it's surprisingly balanced and harmonious the way Lansing is. Okay. I believe in cultural diversity, and you might not buy into that. You might say that's gonna.
I call it paralleled societies because when they have Sharia law in their society and you have people out here protecting their small society with Sharia law, they can do whatever they can become authoritarian. They can become that.
They could become that.
And they will.
They're not that. Well, we've seen what happened in Germany in the 30s and 40s, where they weren't much of a problem either for a while, until they became a problem, right? But did anybody see that coming? Yeah, they did. They did see that coming. Could they stop it? Apparently not. I don't want to see that happen again, whether it's Christian fascism or whether it's Muslim fascism, which is what ISIS is. We call it
And Sharia law.
Huh?
And Sharia law is Muslim fascism.
Well, that's their flavor of regulation, right? That's their flavor.
Regulation. There you go. We're making some headway here. You're starting to understand why they are out here anti-Sharia, and you guys are out here pro-Sharia.
I know why those.
You guys are out here pro-Sharia. Yes or no?
No, I'm not. I'm not pro-religion. I'm not pro-authoritarianism.
So why are you protesting an anti-Sharia
Because these
group?
people on the corner over here are not authoritarian. They might have a religion, but they're not
So
authoritarian.
what are they out here doing if they're not anti-Sharia?
They're providing security that the police in 4 hours did not provide. They drove by. There's a guy across the street here, but they did not join these people as citizens.
The police, what are you talking about? They don't need to join a side, and
Who do
certainly
they
not a
serve?
side.
Who do they serve?
Everyone, both sides.
Then why didn't they come here?
They are. What are you talking about? They have the most police
well,
presence
they're-
ever that
they're
I've seen
driving-
at something like that.
They're meandering around.
They're not fucking meandering around. You people, I can't show you right now, but there were police all over, crawling all over. Fake news right here, right now. We waded into fake news.
Oh no, it's not fake news. We were here, Connor. Did you see any police come here?
They're right across the. There's a police car right fucking there. There's a police car right there. There were
they're not-
3 when I came here. This guy. Are you kidding me?
They're not interacting with these people and talking to them as equals.
What does presence mean? Presence doesn't mean interact. It means they're there.
Well, they're there to do something, and that's
They're there to be a presence. I'm
No.
sorry. You're just. Can you get on my side on this? There are police here, and there are tons of police here.
I'm not convinced that
My
they're
truck stalled, and I had to wait for 2 police officers on fucking bikes. Speaking of 2 police officers on fucking bikes, have you heard that 2 police officers on bikes were ran over by a person of color in D.C. because they hate the cops and they want to fucking kill them and they advocate killing them? You haven't even heard of it because the mainstream media won't report on it.
Well, I can tell you what I see in front of me, and what I don't see are the police saying, "Hey, don't worry about it. Everything's going to be cool. Put your nunchucks back in the trunk. We got this. We're the police. We're here to protect and serve."
They need to come out and tell us that they're the police in order to be here.
Well, what's their purpose?
Their presence here. What the fuck are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is I don't trust them.
What? You want them here, but you don't trust them. What the F, dude?
Well, I want them to serve their purpose.
We don't trust the police. Kill cops. Hey, wait, the police aren't here yet. We want the police. Make up your mind.
I want them to protect and to serve. And right now, I just see them wandering around.
What? Because nothing's happening. You're a block away. You guys are a bunch of pussies. You're a block away from the act.
They're waiting for something to happen. Right?
Yes, that's why they're here. What is your problem?
The thing that they're waiting to see happen is somebody to
Somebody just said you're crazy on here, and I agree.
Well, what they're waiting to happen, and this is my opinion, okay? We can have a civil conversation here. This is just
If
my
we can have an intelligent conversation with not blatantly obfuscating the truth.
What I said.
You're obfuscating the truth.
No, what I said to my son, I said, this is a setup. This is a
Conspiracy. Now we're in conspiracy.
Yeah. But this is my opinion, that the police and the people protesting against Sharia law,
Yes, which is authoritarian. We were on the same side.
well, and so are the police.
They are against authoritarianism, yes.
No. The police are state authoritarianism.
But you want them on your side because you want to enact what you think is justice on these other people.
Put this on record. I don't want them here at all.
Jesus Christ. You've changed opinion so many times.
haven't.
People are going to be laughing so hard at
Well,
this.
I don't want them here at all, because I don't believe in the police. Okay, and why would I say that?
I want to go home, but this is too good.
I don't believe that they serve their intended purpose. Well, historically they were slave patrols, right? But then
The Democrats were the ones that were okay.
Oh, I don't doubt that. Yeah, I don't doubt that. So
Parties changed. Democrats were the ones that were opposing the end of slavery.
historically, right?
Historically.
Yeah, historically.
Wow, he has agreed. We're making headway.
So you had slave patrols, and then they became, I guess, state-sanctioned protectors, right? To serve the people.
Okay, so you guys want personal militia that aren't the police to protect you then, which is what those people are over there.
I don't believe in the police.
Okay, well that's not the police. Over there, the people with guns. Do you want people with guns like them, or do you want the police? There's no other fucking option.
yes,
Either
there
you have
is.
citizens with guns or you have police with guns. What is the third option?
You can have local community-driven protection.
That's what those fucking people over there are.
That's state-sanctioned.
Over there, not the police. The people on the corner.
Oh,
They're community fucking protectors. What the fuck do you think they are? That's what you're gonna get. If you don't have police, you're gonna have them with guns.
They're not
You're
here to...
with guns, they're with guns. Everybody's gonna fight if we don't have the police. You're retarded. I'm out. Alright guys, I couldn't handle it anymore. I tried to keep it going. I tried. It's just so bad, you guys. The hypocrisy, the flip-flopping, the chubbiness. Oh my god. Oh my god. They were listening over here too. I can tell this guy over here looks like a complete hipster. Alright guys, well, I'm gonna head back over to my truck. I'm gonna head out of here because there's no police, so we're all in danger. But yet there's no police, so we're not in danger. Guys, thanks for watching. Share this video. I hope you guys shared it on what is it, the Deplorables page. That got me like 20,000 views last time. That was really cool. We're ending this. I got to see the comments on this. I got to get back home. I got to get some water. Peace out. Hey, check it out, guys. Get low, get low, get low. To the windows, to the wall, to the sweat drop down my balls. All these bitches crawl. Oh, ski, ski, motherfucker. Oh, ski, ski, goddamn. Goddamn.